welcome to Outlander Media Network. I'm here today with Armored Saint, with Bill Sandoval and Jeff Duncan.
Hello, how's it going, guys?
Well, guys, how is the tour going with Wasp?
It's going amazing. The fans are great, and Boston Street is really good. The theaters we're playing are amazing. Hospitality is great. And you should come check it out because it's a beautiful and great package, and it's fucking metal. Oops, was I able to say that?
You're allowed to say anything you want. I mean, I remember you guys back when y'all came out. I was in high school back then, and with March of the Saint. I hadn't even heard of you guys, and I bought some little compilation album that had Can You Deliver on it. It was on, well, it wasn't even an album, it was cassette back then. Do y'all still perform that song live?
That's, yes, we do. We do play it, and it's one of the highlights, actually.
All right, are y'all working on a documentary right now, aren't you?
Yes, Russell Charrington, a friend from England, did the movie for it, the documentary, and that's still in the works, you know, but it should be coming out sometime after the band approves it.
Okay, gotcha. Well, Jeff Duncan, you're the guitarist here. How was it like when you replaced Dave Pritchard after he fell to leukemia years ago?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I mean, I didn't really replace him. I was in the band with him for a period.
Oh, okay.
You mean as far as me coming into the band?
Yeah.
Well, it was actually pretty natural because I've been friends with the guys for a number of years. I was in a previous band called Odin, and we did a lot of shows together back in the LA days. And we were already pals and hung out all the time and all that. So when it came, time when I was asked to be, a part of it, of course I was a huge Armored Saint fan. And the band I was in was kind of coming to a close. And it was really just all very natural. It sort of just felt like that's where I was supposed to go. And I'm still here, 30 years later,
Yeah.
So I guess that was true because, it's home base for me.
What do y'all think? This is pretty amazing. Do you think that you'd be here 40 years later on a 40-year anniversary tour?
It's hard to say. I mean, it's kind of, to me, it's like yes and no. I mean, you don't imagine that you're going to be doing something like this for as long as we have. But then at the same time, there's never really been much of a reason to not do it. Armored Saint keeps making really great records. Of course, we had that stretch of a break when John Bush was in Anthrax.
Oh, yeah.
We did do an album while he was in Anthrax, which was our Revelation record in 2000. And then when he wasn't in Anthrax, the natural thing to do was to, I like to think that Armored Saint never broke up. We just took an extended hiatus.
Yeah, very true, very true.
Well, is John Bush going to be here tonight?
Yeah.
Yes,
He
he's
is?
back. John Bush is back.
Oh, he's performing the whole set?
Yeah.
I was kind of concerned because it was like we were reading where he was having throat problems, and Jason McMasters would have been filling in.
And he was great. Jason, thank you for saving Armored Saint.
Yeah, he really did. He really did save the day at that time. At one time, he's an old friend, Jason.
Yeah.
But yeah, John sang the past two shows, and he's killing it, and he's back full force.
And we weren't really worried about it because we saw Jason performing back in August with Dangerous Toys back in August up in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. They performed it. He's still performing at a real high level, so you were covered both. Well, I'm going to see John Bush back. I mean,
Yes.
I thought for a minute because something about him that I've listened to his music from start to end, and his voice doesn't seem like it has any decline in it at all.
No.
His voice sounds like it did from the first record all the way to the current record.
I think he's only gotten better over the years.
I mean, it's amazing. I've been to some of these live bands, and like I said, I still hear his same voice, still saying the sound like it did back.
He sounds amazing, and it's just great to see him and perform like that. And I wear glasses on stage now, and I can actually see him now. And sometimes I look at him and I'm going, "Damn, I'm next to John Bush." You know what I mean? I look like that. That's him right there.
Do y'all still do like festivals or anything like that? From like these little get together with these 80s bands that still have the festivals like Monsters on the Mountain or like a festival? And
we've done like some rock cruises. We did the Megadeth cruise. We did what was the other one we did? Monsters of Rock.
Yeah.
We've done that, but as far as festivals go, we mostly have done European festivals.
Yeah.
Which are a little more. I mean, I don't think Armored Saint necessarily fits into, no, I'm not, dissing anybody, but I don't think Armored Saint really fits with bands like, Enough's Enough or Stephen Piercy or, and a lot of these bands that are on these bills, I don't think we really fit in with that. So we haven't really done that. So, but on the European festivals, it's a whole different thing. It's more metal. It's more, it's just a whole different vibe.
A little harder edge in the music, and that's kind of like where we're coming from, and stuff. Like Jeff said, no dissing any band, because we're not like that.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
I mean, like when I went to the Monsters of Rock show, I think the only one that would be kind of similar to y'all might be Queensryche or somebody in that level.
Who we've toured with.
Which was a great tour, by the way. Great tour.
I mean, they tour a little different. They don't have Jeff Tate with them anymore, and
Todd does a great job.
Yeah.
Well, even our U.S. tours, we've toured. We're with Wasp right now, and we've toured with Queensryche. We've toured with
Saxon,
UFO. So that's kind of more, where we belong.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, when y'all came out back in 82, the first time I listened to was March of the Saint. I could definitely tell a big difference between you guys and those other bands that were coming out during the 80s. Y'all were more of a thinking man's band more than the party glam bands that were out there at that time.
Yeah, like here's an example. Like Bill Dezaris once told us that, you guys can't play here because you guys don't bring any chicks. So we were we were not like that kind of thing, We were more just like straight ahead metal influenced by European band.
Yeah, I mean, y'all were more similar to like I said, your Queensryche, your Judas Priest, those bands that are, more aggressive type Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I mean, classic metal.
Yeah, I could see that a little different than those other guys that were out there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love them all. I can listen. 1 minute I can listen to you guys, and I can turn around and listen to Rat right behind.
I can listen to Lay It Down. You know what I mean? And
hey, man, Warren DeMartini, killer.
Yeah, great rhythm, great. I mean, Warren DeMartini, amazing.
Do you think y'all guys going to do another album down the road?
Yes. I don't think we're not gonna stop just because of what I mean. But when that's gonna happen, it depends on John and Joey.
Yeah, I think we will. I mean, but we never know. Like, we can go all the way back to, the Revelation record, which I spoke about in 2000. And then we followed that up with La Raza, and then we did With Hands Down, and we did Punch in the Sky. So, but at the time we're doing, like right now we're in the mode of Punching the Sky.
Yeah.
So we're not really thinking beyond that. But like he said, I think so. And we always think so. Yeah, I think so.
We weren't able to, because of COVID, we weren't able to, tour on Punching the Sky. So in a way, this is the tour of Punching the Sky. And our 40th anniversary tour. So it's a combination.
How'd y'all survive during COVID when you couldn't go on tour or anything? It
wasn't easy.
Like when back in the 80s, back in the 80s, you could put out an album and people bought albums. People paid for albums, and now we're at that point where people are downloading all the albums for free. They get, and I understand the freedom of speech and this and that, but it's back then you could have a million selling album,
which we don't have. So buy the album so we can make a million selling album, get a gold record, 500,000. You guys can do it. We got it on the. You know what I'm saying? The music's there, guys.
Yeah.
Buy the albums.
Yeah.
Armored Saint, support Armored Saint.
Yeah. I mean, the way I look at it, it's like, people watch me work out at the gym, and I still use a CD Walkman in there because I can go from track to track to track, and that determines. I don't like to listen, but like if I want to listen to an Armored Saint, I want to listen to the whole album. I want to go from start to the end, and that's one thing I like about you guys. It's always a good album from the beginning to the end. Some people put out a single here, a single there.
I'm kind of the same. I still have my iPod.
I just CD Walkman. People look at me kind of odd when I'm in that gym.
It's lots to carry.
Yeah.
What about? I'm gonna ask one more question. I was talking to him about it earlier. Ticketmaster. What do y'all think about Ticketmaster? We had this thing with Taylor Swift, and
I don't know what happened with that.
and it locked down the whole system for Ticketmaster. I couldn't even get on Ticketmaster that
Because
day.
people were buying too much?
Buying too much on the thing.
Oh, okay.
You know, I heard people say it was Ticketmaster's fault, but then I heard another band say, well, the artist dictates how much you pay for
I know
this
where you can
ticket
get them,
also.
though. I know where you can get the tickets, though. Damone. From Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Get your tickets from the mall. Not
Your tickets from Damone. Come on.
I see. Well, guys, I've enjoyed talking to you. Thanks for coming out here and spending your time with us.
Absolutely.
If y'all need to look up these guys, they're on armorsaint.com. You can find them on Instagram. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on all social media platforms. We're right now in Nashville, Tennessee with Outlander Media Network. Thanks again there, Mr. Clark.
My pleasure.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Mr.
Thank you,
Sandoval.
Yeah, thank you.